What's up, guys? It's Carrie from Cricketer.com. Today, I'm going to show you how to install this tumbler attachment onto your WeCreat Rotary. I'm also going to show you how to install your WeCreat Rotary onto your WeCreat Vista. You might be wondering, why would I need an attachment like this? I've had some issues with the WeCreat Rotary because without the special attachment, your cup doesn't extend far enough past the no work zone, making it impossible to engrave the whole tumbler. This cup turner holder, which I bought on Amazon, solves that problem. It's adjustable to fit tumblers from 10 to 40 ounces, and it's only $15.99 for a 2-pack. I'll link it in the video description, along with the 3/4-inch PVC pipe that you need to connect it. I would highly recommend buying this tool because it makes laser engraving a lot easier. You slide a PVC pipe onto it, either 3/4 inch or 1/2 inch. There's this little knob on the side, and you can just tighten it on. And when you connect this to your rotary, it extends it out a few inches, so then you can engrave your whole tumbler. Let's start with how to install the rotary on the WeCreat Vista. You want to start off by moving your laser head to the front of the machine. Then on the left side, there's a pin here and 2 holes. There's a hole here and a hole there. Well, there's actually 4 holes, but you're going to be using this one and that one. This is what the rotary looks like. So you're going to slide the pin in to this second hole from the bottom. The pin goes here, the screw goes here. And then on the top, the other screw goes here. So grab your rotary and line the second hole from the bottom up with the pin. Then take a screw and an Allen wrench and screw your rotary down in those 2 screw holes. This is a little bit tricky. There's not a lot of room to stick your hand in, and you might end up dropping the screw 5 times like I did. If your hand fits down there, it might be easier to start it by hand. I also think it's easier if you reach your hand under this bar, because then you can use that hand to help hold the screw down. All right, got it in. I think the hand underneath is the big help for this front one. And then just tighten the rotary down. Then for the top one, start it with your fingers. You might have to wiggle the rotary left and right a little bit to find that sweet spot in the hole. And tighten those 2 screws down with your Allen wrench. Once your screws are in tight, your rotary is almost installed. The last thing we have to do is connect this cable. If you look at the plug, there's a little groove on the bottom. This groove goes on the bottom. So once you have your 3-inch piece of PVC pipe or wood dowel, it can be either 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, screw this on nice and tight. And then we're going to connect it to your rotary right here. I took my jaws, which is these little L brackets right here, and I flipped them upside down so that there's a little peg on the inside where this can slide onto. If you haven't put your jaws on yet, which is these 3 L pieces right here, they just screw on. You'll see a little screw hole on all of these. There's 2 screws in each. It's a really tight fit, and you may need to tighten the chuck to make it a little tighter. You twist it side by side to really get it on there. This works with the 3/4 inch piece of PVC pipe, but if you're using the 1/2 inch piece of PVC pipe, you might need to use a different set of jaws so that this fits on. The WeCreat came with like 3 or 4 sets of jaws, so you have to play around and find the one that fits best. What's nice about this attachment is that it fits cups of all sizes. So if you squeeze this, it shrinks down, and then you can slide your cup on. Make sure that your cup isn't riding up on the corner of this curve. So you want it to stay where it's flat and not where it flares out. So just like that. You can even fit a big 40-ounce tumbler on it. You may need to spin your cup to make sure that it's in the same spot all around. So if this is in the right spot, but this one is down lower, just slide it up so that it's about the same spot up the attachment all the way around. The only thing with these is that you need to remove the handle before engraving, which I found is a super controversial topic. A lot of people don't want you to remove the handle because they think it will break and weaken it, but there's really no other way to engrave 40-ounce tumblers without taking off the handle. If you figure out a way, let me know. Flip the tumbler upside down and unscrew the 2 screws on the underside of the handle. Bend the tabs down as flat as possible to avoid interference with the laser. If you have super strong fingers, you can bend the tabs down by hand. Alternatively, you can use some needle nose pliers to bend the tabs. Some people worry that bending the tabs might weaken the handle, but I've never had any issues. Before engraving, clean your tumbler with isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free wipe to remove oils, dust, or fingerprints that could affect your engraving. I like using coffee filters since they're a cheap, lint-free wipe that most people already have in their home. You want to make sure that the tabs are facing the back of the machine so that when you look at the camera preview, the tabs are on the right side of the cup. The last thing that you need to do is level your tumbler. So your rotary came with this little piece that slides under your tumbler. If you're just doing a wine glass like I just showed you, you might not even need this piece. But with a big 40-ounce tumbler like this, you're going to want to use this. You want to try to keep it level wherever you're going to be engraving the most. So if you're engraving down here, make this part level. If you're engraving up here, make this part level. This dial turns left and right, which will either make your cup go higher or lower. So if I twist it to the right, it's going higher. If I twist it to the left, it's going lower. If you're having an issue where you're trying to get your cup level and you can't because it's too high on one side and this piece won't go any lower, you can fix that by taking out this grate. So take your cup off, carefully pull out this grate. Now we can slide our tumbler back in. Remember, your handle will be off when you're doing this for real. Then grab your bottom piece. You also want to make sure that these wheels aren't all the way at the bottom because then, see, they're stuck and they won't spin. You always want your wheels to be a little bit higher so then they can rotate. So now it's perfectly centered. Even a slight misalignment can warp your design. I've seen a lot of people in the WeCreat Facebook groups suggesting this laser tumbler level. I've personally never used it before, but it does look really cool and helpful. Have you guys used it? Let me know. I'll leave a link to that in my description too if you'd like to give it a try. If you haven't already, I would love if you joined our WeCreat group on Facebook. It's called WeCreat Vision and Vista Laser Engraver for Beginners. With over 3.7 thousand members and growing, there's plenty of people to help answer questions and share project ideas. Now your cup is ready to engrave. Make sure you leave your lid open because there's a camera up in this top corner, and that's going to shoot down and take a picture of your laser bed and show up in your software. So then you can do your designing. If you want to see how I laser engraved this wifey tumbler with my WeCreat Vista, check out this video coming up next on my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. I upload new content every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.